Okay, a quick overview of Discord and how we're using it for the Wasps online cycling community. First things first, you want to download the app at discord.com, desktop or mobile. Then you want to put the URL at the top into your web browser, and that's an invite from us to join our server, the SDW server. It's got about 160 odd members. A server is basically like a group. You can be a member of multiple servers, just as you can do multiple groups on Facebook, for example. You want to accept that invite. You then want to register if you're not already a Discord user, and that's a simple case of a username, password, date of birth, just to make sure you're over 13. And you can do that with your email or via your phone number. Very easy to do. If you use a cryptic username, fine, but maybe you want to add a nickname in due course so that we can recognize who's who within conversations. That's then going to take you into the server, and really what this is about managing multiple conversations in the one place, but being able to do that through categorization of those conversations and then being able to opt in and out of those. And that's really what it is. Ability to have all conversations in one place, but to manage the noise and be notified and alerted of things you want or need to be alerted of, but to opt out of the various conversations and drivel that you don't want to be part of. So let's give you a quick live view of that. If we go into the desktop application for Discord here, which I'm in. On the left hand side, first of all, you can see multiple servers that I'm part of, Hot Chili, RGT. We want to join the SDW one there. Now we can start to see within it there's various categories of conversation: general, Zwift, RGT, in real life racing, for example, Zwift. And then underneath those are various conversations. Now, conversation that's got new messages for me will appear in white. If it's got a specific message for me as well within that conversation, if I've been tagged within it, it would also have a red icon. Our general chat here we use for general chat, unsurprisingly, banter, social, questions, queries, and you can see that here within the chat feed. And it's very easy to send a message or edit a message as well within that. So I can send a message, I can tag somebody, let's say Julian, for example, or Julia, and I can tag them. I can even tag everybody. We use this sparingly because that can be a bit of a spammy message, but I could do that, or even a specific subgroup within it. So we've got a subgroup here of event promoters, for example, and then that would set up a personal alert to everybody within that group as well. So that's good for announcements to specific groups. I can add files. I can create a thread from that conversation with a hashtag. That makes it easy for people to search for a specific topic. That could be a specific ride that we're doing this weekend, for example, and then people can be part of that thread and subscribe to that thread and get any new announcements on a specific conversation within a channel as well. So that's very easy to use. And then you can do the various stuff of adding photos, imagery, emojis, whatever you want to do. So I'll delete that there, but you can see how that's very easy to do. The nice thing as well is if I go back to any of my previous messages, like this one here, for example, I can click on this and I can edit that message, a very basic but welcome feature compared to WhatsApp or Messenger. But I can also pin it, or in hindsight create a thread from that as well. So a really good way of making sure that key messages are visible to the right people or visible to all within a conversation. So yes, so further down here, we can start to see all the various different channels, and down the bottom we've also got voice channels as well. We originally used this for voice, which is why this lends itself really well for online rides, for example, and it's really easy to use. It's got great noise suppression features, but anybody else who now joins that can converse with me. Within that as well, it's very easy to add video, so just clicking on video there, so hi, and I can also share screens within that. I can even live stream certain events that are being broadcast from YouTube, Zwift races, and other platforms as well. On any of these groups, I can right click on them and I can mute them, or I can set up notification settings as well. Sorry, there's a mute. And I can set up notification settings to turn those off totally, or maybe only to alert me when I specifically be mentioned in them. Then within my phone settings as well, I can then also customize how those notifications come through to me, or not at all. And you can do that in your standard Android or iPhone settings there for badges and banners, etc., and sounds and alerts. Down the bottom, I can set up various other settings for me. It's very powerful in terms of security, privacy, accessibility, all those customization features. You're not going to need to use a lot of those. This is used by schools, universities, clubs, used in the gaming community a lot, so your kids may be familiar with it. And a lot of those settings you aren't necessarily going to need, but it's very useful to have there. Julie and I are exploring those. Some of them are very useful for us to customize and manage lockdowns and privacy within groups and chats as well. Finally, just to mention as well, you can also use it for direct messaging as well. So up the top here within home, I've got my various friends that I'm linked into, and I can have a one-to-one conversation with them. So Matt here from the NoPins team, very easy for us to have a chat about various things going on, or I can set up a group chat. This is with the team managers for the Friday Frenzy teams, some of whom are outside of SDW. So this is a nice way for me to have a group chat with people from various servers as well. So let us know how you get on. The ambition at the moment isn't necessary to set it up and replace all Facebook pages. I think Facebook plays an important role still as a front door and a way to find us as a club and for overarching promotion. But I think in due course we can consider how we use that versus this, for example, if we think this has a role in the wider club, and alongside our new website. In the meantime, if you're managing particular conversations elsewhere, group ride conversations, off-road conversations, time trial conversations, and you want to make a leap into this already, as Keith and Rory have, more than happy to help you get that set up and test and learn as we go. And then I think as a committee we can review our comm strategy for the overarching club in due course. It won't be perfect for everybody, just like any of the other channels are, but from what we've seen so far, it is a lot more manageable, a lot more customizable, and I think it's proving to be a lot more engaging as well. Whereas I think conversations were just getting too noisy and lost in the multiple WhatsApp and Messenger groups. So there we go. Have a go. Let us know your feedback, and if you've got any problems getting the hang of it, just give us a shout.